Niggas not fucking with us. Everything DOA, nigga. Smoking every day, nigga. If you fuck with them, nigga, we smoking them, nigga. Fuck you talking about, nigga. Everything K, nigga. Fuck. Suck my dick. Oh my God. Bitch, I get back gay, not sit back gay. Like, no, nigga, you better listen.
Yo, what's up, guys? It's your boy Just Kari, and I'm back with another banger video. This time, again, we not on 2K like I said before. 2K is K. I'm not fucking with that game. I'm not streaming that game no more. I'm not playing that game no more. I'm gonna try to stream more, like Minecraft, 5 of them, shit like that I actually be playing. I be enjoying myself playing, because at this point, it feels like I'm forcing myself to play 2K. That shit ain't fun. But anyway, shouts out to all y'all that been here since 2K20, that been see me trying to grind. And you feel me, this year I'm really gonna try to go outside my box and be a different type of nigga, because I can't just copy everybody, you feel me, and what I seen didn't work. You feel me, I gotta be me. But anyway, you know what I'm saying, we're gonna jump right into the story time. I gotta give y'all a little backstory. If y'all seen the title, seen the thumbnail, you already know this is about me getting caught in my crib with a girl. But it wasn't just getting caught in my crib with a girl, it was during school time. Like, we was on some wild shit. But basically, I gotta get some backstory. This girl, I'm gonna call her Jasmine. I ain't trying to drop no names, you feel me? I met her, we was the same age, but she's a year younger type shit, because her birthday was late. So basically, I had already been going to the school for a year. You know what I'm saying? I wasn't the super popular nigga, but I was the type of nigga, like, I was a grazer. I go from here to here to here, and everybody know who I am. I wasn't just the nigga that went to play basketball, or the one nigga that just went to go chill with the white niggas. Like, I knew various groups of people. So nutrition, lunch, fucking anytime we outside, I'm just walking around from group to group, chopping it up with people. I had white homies, I had Mexican homies, I had my black niggas that I knew from before in school. You feel me? I knew everybody type shit. So when she came to the school, she didn't really know nobody, and she was kind of shy. But I knew from the day one that I was gonna try to change my personality. Even though I was like, for me, I was known, I was gonna try to be funny. Like, I was gonna be more outgoing and shit. And it's kind of funny I came up with that decision before I even met her, because that's what ended up, for me, probably was the reason I bagged her, for me, because I was mad confident with it. So I ain't really gonna get into how we got together and shit. But basically, all I'm gonna say is I took her from her nigga. But we ain't gonna talk about that. But anyway, so basically, we had been going smooth for a couple months, and something happened, and we basically couldn't do nothing outside of school, because our parents didn't really like let her do shit outside of school. They didn't want her having a boyfriend and shit like that. So we had to be like creative with it, sneaky with it type shit. I wouldn't text her in the mornings because our parents took her phone and they gave it back to her on the way to school. So I would wait for her to text me. But they would, like, when they found out about me, they would text me as her, like, sometimes type shit, trying to get information out of me and shit. Like, it was crazy. Like, I really had to move tact in this relationship. So we had a little code word and shit. We would text in the morning and shit like that. This is just backstory to how we had to move to be in this relationship, you feel me? So basically, we had been going strong for a cool little minute. And like I said, I love this girl. Like, you feel me? I still do to this day. That's my dog. I just really can't be with her type shit. So we had like, you feel me? We was sneaking out of class and shit. We had this little theater class. I used to be a theater nigga for real, but I fell back off that shit, because basically, like, at my school, it was hella white niggas in the theater. It wasn't really that many black niggas, and the black niggas was weird black niggas. Like, and at this point in my life, I was really straddling the line of, do I want to be a hood nigga or do I want to be a square nigga? You feel me? I didn't really realize that I could kind of do both. You feel me? I ain't had to like fully dive into the, like, you feel me, not the square John, but like, I could be who I wanted to be and be myself without trying to portray myself as a certain person. I really did a lot of that in school, trying to lie to myself, not really lie to myself, but make myself someone who I wasn't, so I could fit in, or so I could feel like you know what I'm saying, like I'm not a weirdo. So basically, in this little theater class, she let us go outside in the hallway to practice our lines and our skits and shit. And we wouldn't do that shit, you know what I'm saying? We would just go kiss and shit, for me. I would be, you know what I'm saying, hanging out with her type shit, because that's all the time we had. We had nutrition, lunch, before class, and after school, I walk her to the bus. So in all the day, like, I probably kicked it with her for like 45 minutes, 50 minutes in total. But I was cool with that, you feel me? Because I would call her on the bus, she would call me on the way home, like, you feel me? I'm getting on the train with my niggas and shit, she on the phone with me, like, we was making that shit work, right? But it got to the point where I'm like, bro, all we doing is at school, like, we can't even go, you feel me, down to the street. We can't even go to Starbucks or some shit, get something to eat real quick. Like the only time we kick it is at school. At the time we just talking or texting. And when her parents took her phone, she would email me type shit. So I'm like, you feel me? I really think it was me, but I don't know. I'm like, you feel me? One of these days you should go to my house type shit. You feel me? I'm trying to lay the thing down. You feel me? So she like, oh, how we gonna do that? And we got caught like months and months after we had started doing this shit. I think the first time we had got caught was because she left some message on her computer. Her mom seen that shit, right? But they still ain't know exactly how we was doing what we was doing. So we got caught. We stopped for a bit. This is like, we had met in 2018 in September. So this is probably 2019 in the middle type shit. I want to say it was right before summer. Yeah, it was right before summer. So basically, we got the plan set up now, you know what I'm saying? Fast forward, we got the shit set up. We was doing this shit all the time type shit. Like, my parents, they didn't really care. Like, I was late to classes every day. It didn't matter how many days. It didn't matter what time I was at school or where I was at. I was late to class like all the time. So my parents had already been accustomed to getting these calls, or your son has been late or absent to period 1, or you know what I'm saying, whatever. So it was to the point where I'm like, I could just use this to my advantage. They ain't gonna look too much deeper into if it's a late or absence. So I'm just gonna not go to these classes. I wake up in the morning, leave the house, wait like 20 minutes so I know my people's left, spin back and just chill into second period, because I had PE first period and I wasn't fucking with PE. So basically, I knew like I could just play it off and say, oh, I was late, I wasn't absent. You know what I'm saying? They just say that. But I also knew that on the days I stayed home from school, the way they verify that you was at school was you would be late or absent. Obviously, you would be late. You'd be absent from 3 periods, and they would call your parents and say your child was not at school today, right? So I knew that I had to be back before 3rd period, or it would say I wasn't at school. So at first we was leaving in the morning. She would get there, and I want to say we would just dip. Like, she would just go off the bus and we would just leave. But her parents started looking into it, so we had to change it up. So I still got the document on my computer. That's the funny part. She had scanned the little passes that they would give out. There was 2 types of passes. There was an office summons, then there was a pass where they would print your first, last name, all your classes, and they will put in bold what class you need to be pulled out of, and at the bottom will say where you need to go. And she was in this little extracurricular program type shit. I forgot what it was called. They'll pull her out of class often. So that she just put that class at the bottom, and that's what we started doing. But it got to the point where her teachers started noticing me, like recognizing me. So I'm like, that shit, we gonna get caught if I keep coming in there. So I would send people to get her out of class type shit. But we was always doing it in first period or the period before lunch. So I still remember why we got caught, because I knew we shouldn't have went on this day. We would make a whole ass plan. Like it would be Monday. We like, all right, we gonna do this shit on Thursday. Like, we make it days before. It'd be on the weekend. We like, all right, we gonna do it on Monday. Like, we wouldn't just do it out of nowhere. It was always a plan. And I remember our plan was we was gonna go on like a Wednesday or something. But she was like, oh, I got rehearsal that day for I don't even remember. She's like, I got rehearsal for that day. I think she was singing or something. I don't really remember. But basically, we had to relay back and go the day before. And the problem was that my mom was gonna go out of town. I remember knowing my mom was gonna go out of town. So I'm like, she's going out of town on Thursday morning. So we're gonna be clean, we're gonna be smooth on Thursday. At this time, my pops used to work far as fuck. He used to work in Torrance, and we lived in LA. So I'm like, there's no way he's gonna leave his job with his lunch to come to the crib and chill when he work all the way in Torrance. That's a long ass drive. So I'm like, we cooling. And then she's like, oh, I gotta practice our audition or whatever. So I can't do it on that day. Can we do it on Wednesday? And this is where I fucked up, because I'm like, well, she going out of town on Thursday, so she should still be at work on Wednesday. But my stomach and my heart told me that's not the truth. Like, you just trying to lie to yourself, little bro. And I'm just not believing it. So basically, you know what I'm saying? We get to my crib, we chilling. And she didn't really smoke like that. I've been a smoker since I was like 13. You know what I'm saying? Kids, if y'all don't smoke, don't start smoking. But basically, I ain't gonna lie, I put her on. I really did. Like, if I'm being honest, the reason she smoked weed now is because of me. But basically, we come to my crib. I'm like, oh, come on, let's smoke it for me. So we smoke a little bit or whatever out the pipe. I didn't want to roll the blunt because, like, she a lightweight type shit. And then, you know what I'm saying, we got busy, you feel me? You know what I'm saying? I ain't gonna say none of that. But basically, we was chilling in my room, right? And the way my house is set up is I live in an apartment complex, and the front gate is like right out my window. So every time someone comes in the front gate, I hear it closed. And every time someone came in the front gate, I was checking. I was like mad nervous. And she like, bro, chill. You live in an apartment. Like, why are you scared like that, right? So I kept looking like, what the fuck? Like, I'm scared. I'm nervous. And one of the times I looked, I seen my mom walking down the street, like on the side, like she wasn't. I have 2 windows. I have one that faces the street and one that faces like the inside of the complex, but I can see the gate out of it, right? And when you walk out the gate, you turn left. I can see you out my other window. So they have basically they on perpendicular sides of the wall. Like there's one right to my right and there's one behind me. So I look out the one behind me, and I don't even know how I knew she was coming because she hadn't came in the gate yet. But I kept checking. So I seen her coming down the street. I'm like, yo, that's my mom. She like, stop playing. I'm like, no, nigga, my mom is coming in the house. We have to hide. So this is where we fucked up. Any nigga that know their house know how it sounds when someone is coming in versus when someone is leaving. And I didn't see my dad with her. I seen her by herself. So I'm like, all right, you feel me? Like, I'm just gonna listen to see what it sound like. So I'm gonna fast forward to the end when she confronted me and she told me what she did. She said she had bags. So she came in the house and she brought bags in and she put them down and she moved the car because she didn't park in a legal parking spot. So you feel me? We in my room, I grabbed all our shit. I think we had our like jackets and shit in our backpacks in the living room so we didn't smell like weed and all this shit. So I grabbed all the shit, I throw it in the room. I like get in the closet. And usually my closet be relatively clean, but it was not this day. It was dirty as fuck. So it was really barely room for 2 of us. So we like in there, I'm like basically in there holding her type shit. And I hear my mom come in. I hear her turn on the fan because it smelled like weed in the house. And then I hear, this is how the doors go. Obviously you got a wood door and a metal door. I hear wood, then metal. Then I hear the fan, then I hear metal, then wood. Metal, then wood means someone just left because there's no way you can close the inside door second if you're leaving. So, like I said, I've been a smoker, so I'm not really faded like that, but I'm on my toes now. You feel me? That shit blew my high like that. So I'm like, she just left. Nah, wait. I'm like, nah, she just left. I'm telling you, she just left. Come on, we gotta go. Nah. Like she was scared type shit. I'm like, bro, we had to go, but I can't just leave her in here type shit. Like I can't just leave. This is my house. Like if anything, I take the rap for it. So she's like, just wait. That's where we fucked up. We waited until actually I was wrong. I didn't see her walking down the street. I heard her coming in the gate. I did see that. I was wrong. But we sitting there waiting. We waited for about 5 cool minutes, right? At this point, we put our clothes on and shit in the closet. But we still sitting there like waiting, scared type shit. So I'm like, bro, I'm about to go check. Like I don't care no more. I'm not sitting here forever. And so I go check and there's no one in there. So I'm like, bro, I told you she fucking left. Come on. So something in my intuition told me look out the window. And when I look out the window, she's walking down the street. Now there's no way I can get out because it's like I said, it's an entrance and an exit, but the exit's on the other side. And for us to leave my building and get to the back exit, she would see us because of how the gate is set up. So I'm like, see, we fucked. We stuck now. We had her out and we didn't take it and now we stuck. So we sit in the closet for a little bit and she like, if you don't go tell her, I'm gonna make a noise. I can't get in trouble. I have to go back to school. That's where she fucked up again. How you think my mom is finna just take you back to school and it's finna be smooth? No, nigga, we left at lunchtime. It is 1. We're in trouble. We're gonna get in trouble. Like, what the fuck? So I was like, bro, are you serious right now? She's like, yeah. So I just go tell my mom. I come out the room. And my mom was opening something with a knife, bro. I already thought I was gonna die. I was like, hey, mom. And she turned around with the knife fast as shit. I'm like, whoa, chill. She's like, what the fuck is you doing in my house right now? You supposed to be at school. It's 1 o'clock. What the fuck is you doing in here? I knew my mom was supposed to leave at like 2 to go get my sister from school, but we couldn't wait that long because the school I went to went out at 3. And it was like a 20-minute Uber ride there. And we left at like 11:30, 12. Like we left right before lunch. So by the time we come back to school is finna be over. And everybody's finna be like, where the fuck was y'all at? So like, you feel me? I'm like, damn. So I'm telling her like what I did and everything, right? She's like, oh, she's here too? Tell her to bring her ass out. Get the fuck out the room. I'm like, fuck. So she's in the room scared. Like, and I'm like, you gotta come out to the living room. So my mom yelling and screaming at us, going up on us and shit. And I'm like, sitting there like, damn, like we should have left when I told her. Like, we fucking up. I knew it. I knew we could have left. So we, you know what I'm saying? We get in trouble. She ended up calling the girl mom, telling the girl what we did. And we dropped her off at her mom's job. They took my phone, all type of other shit. Like, I was really in trouble. And the funny part is, in the car, on the way to, my granny was in the hospital at this time. Rest in peace, my granny. This is how I know it was around summertime because my granny had passed in July that year and she was in the hospital for like a month or 2. So we on the way to see my granny at the hospital or whatever, drop something off to my grandfather who was there. And she's like, you stupid, because I left for a good 5-6 minutes. If y'all really want to leave, all you have to do is leave. Like, y'all wouldn't have got caught. And I'm like, I know it wasn't me. I told the girl that and she didn't want to listen. So basically, you feel me? I get in trouble, and that shit ain't really in our relationship. I'm gonna just say it like that. But yeah, so if y'all enjoyed the story time, make sure you drop that like, hit that subscribe button, turn that bell icon on for more. I got a couple stories, you know what I'm saying? I'm gonna try to tell some more stories. But basically, yeah, that's all I got to say for today. So man, again, drop that like button, hit that subscribe button if you enjoyed. I'm out. Peace.